and welcome to our session for today where we are going to learn how to create simple videos with a very interesting tool called Animoto. Animoto is all about animation, about creating simple videos. Let me show you a video before I start talking about this today. I'd like to show you a presentation. I'm only going to share it with you. I will not be speaking in the middle, and we will discuss it soon after. So why don't you take a look at this presentation for today? Do you watch the animation that goes along on every page? I hope you all got to see that. Well, that's what animation's all about, right? So what is Animoto? Animoto's the tool that we're learning today is going to help you to create presentations, infographics, anything, absolutely, any kind of video for an online development. Now, the fact is that according to neuroscientists across the world, the average human attention span has shrunk from 12 seconds to barely 8 seconds, which means that when we are consuming content, when we look at whether it's a social media platform, be it Instagram, be it any other presentation someone sent us, or for that matter, a TV ad, our focus on this conversation focus is reduced from 12 seconds to 8 seconds. If we don't like it in 8 seconds, we've already moved. So, which is why it is extremely essential to learn how to create good presentations. So when we create our presentations, our work has to look more attractive. We hold the attention span for longer, and that's the whole idea. You might be making it for students as educators, or you might be making it for a much larger audience. So for instance, your students and you together have come up with a big something against COVID, in the sense that some kind of awareness for COVID, and we're trying to put that across to many people, whether in our society or our city, or take that whole campaign to the national level. How is it that we're going to catch more people's attention? It is via creating an interesting video that can explain so much to us in just a few seconds, which is why we thought for all of you here, creating videos is an absolutely essential tool that we all must learn. So starting on today's session, I'm going to run the same presentation, but in a way that we can slowly read each and every part. I just made that presentation for a quick view to show you how animation just makes things look very attractive. So just give me a moment and I will take you to our presentation for today. I'm going to share my screen now and we're going to go through our presentation. So here we are. The presentation. This is the exact same presentation, but I've kept it still so that you all can enjoy this and read through easily. So Animoto, the quick way and easy way to educate and learn with videos. We all are learning. So, when it comes to videos, it just makes it a lot more attractive. When I showed you the animation presentation, the bulb was, moving up and down and flashing some light. So Animoto.com is where we can go and log in, and we will do that shortly. What is Animoto? Once again, it's a great resource for anyone who wants to make professional looking videos in a flash. It is available in an app format, and of course we can log in from our computers as well. So the pros, the ease of creating high quality videos, extremely fast without using anything complicated. So therefore, I would say Animoto is great for people who are starting to make videos, who are, be it amateurs or professionals as well, because Animoto does, of course, for professionals has a paid version, obviously, which is how every website today works. But the free version has enough for all of us to learn how to create some great videos. We can also put our brand logos and create videos for our brand. Moving on to the next page. Signing up, what are the different ways to sign up? So of course, we can go to animoto.com and simply click on sign up. And then we fill this form. Let's see the options right when we log into the website. And here, after filling our email address, full name, password, confirming our password, we can sign up in just 3 steps. Okay, important question you'll all think of, along the course of the class today. How is it that I can teach with Animoto? Now, we do understand that 95% of audience is primarily teachers, right? You're educating, be it tutors, we've got professionals, we've got professors, we've got principals, we've got vice principals. You're all here with us today. So your best bet for Animoto is to draw on its strengths and recognize its limitations. For an art project or even a book report, it could be very useful and engaging. It's certainly fun to create slideshows and satisfying to watch the finished presentations. And therefore, with all these videos that we create, be it for pre-primary or for higher education, it just makes and engages the students much better. We're going to learn basics of Animoto, getting used to simple tools and video making. So let's straight get to it. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to start sharing a Chrome screen wherein we're going to log in. So like we always say, for everything that we ever need, we can either type on Google, Animoto. So I'm going to type it here. And I want to write it, and let me go to google.com. If that's something a lot of us do for every search that we want to. And we're going to write Animoto. Oops. And even if you make a spelling error, it shows you, is that what you were looking for? Animoto. And there you go. You can click on it, animoto.com. So I can search for it in Google. And even if I've forgotten the name a little bit after a few days, I can always make an error and Google will help me out. Or of course, directly I can go to animoto.com. And that's coming to the same page, right? Okay. Now I understand for a lot of us, videos, we think of videos as a complicated affair, but that's exactly why I'm here today. I will be making sure that I'm going to take you through this process, firstly, slowly, and secondly, also to ensure that you do realize that it's not so difficult at all. It's like a cake and a walk in the park, right? So here we are. This is the page, and I have created some videos before. So the thing is, I'm going to go back and sign out of my account for a moment so that you all, yeah, here I am. So it had already, you know how it saves our email address and password already. I'm going to sign up. So the options in sign up, let's see what options we have in sign up. As a first time user, we will be going to signing up. Okay. So I always say this, that if a website gives you an option to not link your email address and password with anything, you ideally should do that. Or of course, you could put in an email address and a password and come along. So I always prefer that way. You can create a free account, put in your email, put in your password, and you can just simply sign up, right? I'm going to log in because I have an account already. Welcome back, it tells me. And I've logged in with email. I put in an email and a password, and I have logged in. So here I am. Again, we learned Canva 3 days ago. Canva also gives us a lot of templates. So is the case with Animoto. So here we are. We can see a lot of templates right here. Okay. As I scroll down, there's a travel story, about us. Why don't I click on about us and see how we can make simple changes to it. So let's say about us could be a project that you're doing with your students, or about us could be, let's say, about your institute. So let's see. Put your business in the spotlight. Now here's some ideas it gives you of what all you can do with it, right? Okay, so I like this template. I'm going to choose this template. Let's get started and we'll understand one template different from the other. Okay, replace all sample content to produce your video. Yes, we understand that. Perfect. Let's move along. Got it. It's loading, so it's going to take about a few seconds. If you all notice towards the right hand side, right on the top, you'll see the word free. So this is a free account. I chose to open my free account here because if I open the pro account, then I fear that you might, because Animoto does have a lot of difference between the free and the pro account. So while we're waiting for this video to load, this video is not called anything, so I'm going to name it in just a few minutes. Yeah, so video title. So the minute I've clicked on this kind of template, it asks me what do I want to call it. So obviously when it's videos, you'll realize that this program will obviously work a little slower than the graphics program like Canva, because we're working primarily on a lot of videos. That's why. So I'm going to call it school project, school, or let's call it the school Mount Green Academy. Okay, so we're going to talk about us because that's the template we've chosen, and we want to, let's say that's the project we're calling it. Mount Green Academy, that's a school or an institute. About us. So it says a storyboard, that this entire video board is for about 26 seconds, right? Okay, and we can change all of that. So let's see what happens here. So I'm going to bring in some photos. Okay, let me bring in some photos. Let's say I'll bring in one logo, and I'm going to upload a few other photos which are of meaning for, I'm going to bring in another logo, and I'm also going to bring in a few, just a moment. Yeah. A pattern, I'm going to bring in a news article, assuming that's about our school. And I'm going to just bring in 4 or 5 odd photos so that we can, maybe this is the school building. Okay. So school building, an article about the school, a logo, and then let's see what else we can get. Okay. Why don't I also take the opportunity to bring in a few students, or let's take that from the stock photos. Okay, so here is what is it that I'm doing currently. I'm going to close this. Starting off where we just came into. So we entered at Animoto, we selected a template and we gave it a name. That's all we've done so far. And right here I had the option to upload some pictures into my project, which is what this is called, this entire storyboard. And I've uploaded a few photos. Now the options, I'm going to take you back to references of Canva because we've learned it 3 days ago. We can always mark favorite images that you might want to use again and again. And stock. So I'm going to take a picture of a school from the stock. Let's see what stock images options we have here. It's loading some photos. So we have access to a lot of stock images here. So I'm going to drag and drop one picture here. Okay. So all that Animoto expects us to do is, if there is a picture that you like, just drag and drop, and it's as simple as that. I'm going to drag and drop another picture here. I'll write some text in the middle. So I'm only replacing a few photos. And I'm going to drag and drop a third picture here. So all I'm doing is I'm picking up some photos from the existing stock images that are available to me in a free account in Animoto. And I'm just dragging and dropping them right here. There's another one that's, I think, ongoing. Not. So I'm going to drag and drop this one here. And then the last thing I'm going to do is drag and drop a particular video. So let's see how that comes along. Okay. So I'm going to close this because I want to teach you how we got to that. So right now I'm just in my overall project line. My entire storyboard is here. Okay. So I'm just dragging and dropping a few photos. It's given me the option of logo here. Of course, I can change to my logo to wherever I'd like it to be. From my uploads, I have a logo. Don't mind, it's the logo of a chocolate brand, which is fine. And I put the logo over here. Right. Okay, so about 3-4 images. And this one was taking longer, so I'm going to try it once again. So as you've seen, this picture, I've just dragged and dropped from the stock images. So is the case with this picture and here. So I'm going to now open. So now I can open each block. So you can call it a block. and it says also add a block. So each, each frame can be called a block here, and I can add another block if I'd like. So I'm going to go and click on the first picture. Let's see what happens when I double click. Okay. Now I've double clicked on this, so I can either press play and see what is it that goes on here. There's nothing. Why so? Because this is a photo. So there's going to be no movement happening here, right? I can click on the next one and see what that looks like. Yeah. I clicked on next, but it came up and then it had to go again. Okay. Okay, don't want to drag. Just a moment. Yeah. Okay. I've double clicked on it once again. We're having slight internet issues because of the rains in Mumbai, but don't worry, we're gonna, okay, here. So I'm gonna, when I click on this block, now you understand that there's text written here, and that's why I didn't even open, put in an image here, because we want to create a video with text and photos, right? So now I want to change the details of this. I'm going to double click once again. Yeah, and be patient. And it's going to open here. Here, Brooklyn leather is made with everything else that it has to say. I'm going to write here. So the minute I click on this, I have all the details of this here. So I'm going to write Mount Green Academy. So when I click on it, Mount Green Academy, the perfect school for all. Okay. Let's wait for that to get consumed. Subtitle. Actually, why don't I move this detail to the subtitle? So I've deleted it, and I'm just going to move this detail to the subtitle instead. So in my main title, I only want the school name, and in subtitle, I'm going to write this. Okay, the perfect school for all. Okay, perfect. So this is what I've written, and I've already got a picture of the school earlier. Okay. Size title. So here it is. Here's where the simplicity of this entire software comes in. Title, I can just pull it and make it much bigger. It recognizes that it's a title, and I can make the subtitle much smaller or bigger. Now, because of space restriction, the academy went off because of space restriction. I can make the subtitle much bigger as well. I hope you all are following with me what I'm trying to teach. Title color, I can make it red. And subtitle color also I can change. Yes, I'd like to change color. Okay. So title color I'd like to change, and the subtitle color I like to make it blue. I'm just picking colors. I'm not, yes, I'd like to change the color. Okay, so here are the two colors that I've changed for my subject and for the title. And so this is what it is. Of course, I know you all think that it was looking better off with that beige color, but I want to show you how it gives you simple options. When we're creating a video, we primarily want to caption it, tell them what we're talking about, what is the video really showing. So if you're showing agricultural land, for instance, you want to talk about what, this land belongs to, the hills of Himachal, and the farmers are facing some difficulty. So we want to write quick. We're not here to write paragraphs, because see, if in a video you're writing paragraphs, it's difficult for somebody to read through. So we have to write primarily one thing in big and bold, which is your title, and one thing which can explain a little more, that can be your subtitle. That's really what Animoto is trying to tell you and make sure that you're able to do, is with two main blocks is all that you really need to write. You've got your title, you've got your subtitle. You can make your subtitle as long as you want, but remember, it's a video, so let people watch and enjoy, and just write captions to describe it. So all we primarily really did here, I'm going to close this. So what I've picked up is a block. I've made my changes to it, and I've closed it. So I'm back to this. And soon this is going to, yeah, here we are. Okay. So we've made the color of this some kind of sort of a pink, and then there was a purple right below. So here's my first picture. Here's my second, right? Also, okay. A mix of internet issues and the fact that we've picked up a heavy video is always making it a little slow. So here we are. Now what happens if we just click on each block? It gives us some quick options to do, which is right here. Okay. So from here itself, I can write some text. Okay. This is our school, right? So I don't have to enter and do these details. I can do it simply from, from what I am at right now, the storyboard, and I can put a subtitle. This is our school. I don't want to put a subtitle. Photo, if I want to change, I can always go here, and that's it. That's all I wanted to say. So I'm going to just click outside and it's come through. I'm going to click on this. I don't want the whole thing to open. I don't need it. I'm just, okay, it did because I clicked on it. But actually, from my storyboard, I can get a sense of what's going on. So I would like to just fill in the detail right here. I'm going to fill in the title right here. Title, this is our lobby. And it's going to come through. Of course, if you want to change fonts and everything, then of course you would like to, click on it. So it opens up, the entire block opens up, and then you can fill in more details like that. But since I didn't have a lot of those details in mind, I'm telling you that you have quick options right here. Right? It's going to be done in about a few seconds. It's just, I can see the window. It's showing that the work's getting completed. Now let's see what this looks like. And then we're going to create something from scratch, right? So let's do a preview of this. Let's save this, okay? And then we'll do a preview. Now there's one thing about Animoto is that unless you're on the paid version, the watermark of Animoto will show up. I'm going to close this. This is our school. Yeah, and I'm going to do a preview of the whole video. And let's see what it's looking like before I show you some more styles of how we can make it work. It's saving and it's generating preview. Let's see what it's got for us. Please understand it today. It's a mix of, there we go. One moment. Yeah. Okay, so there were a few things that we just did right now, and of course this was a ready template. So of course you started to see a lot of what was, what was already created. So I'm going to go and teach you a few more things that are part of how we can change within this storyboard, and then I'm going to, go to start making something from scratch. Just a moment. Here we are. Okay, so what I'm going to teach you a few options, toolkits that are available on the left. So this was media. Then we've got design. Now design, you can upload. Okay, for putting up a logo, you need to of course upgrade to a professional, to the paid account. But we don't have to do that immediately right now. Title. So now we've got the entire storyboard, and every time we fill in a title, I would like the title color to be, yes, I'd like to change the color. Right now you'll see the title color is going to change to be a particular orange across the storyboard. So what happens is once we've created the video, we might think that the color is not really suiting, and therefore the options that Animoto gives us is that in one flash we can immediately change the color of the title to a certain and of the subtitle as well. So I'm going to change both the colors and you'll see that change happening in a few seconds. Okay. So title color can be changed, subtitle color can be changed, and the video background color can be changed as well across. So what can be done is that you usually people like to maintain the same color so that it looks like it's coming from the same family. Did you just notice the change right now as we spoke? I'm going to make it red again. The subtitles changed to red. So if you see the perfect school for all, the color is going to immediately change to red because that's the subtitle that we added just about recently. So you'll see that changing while we're talking. If of course you're working on a project where you want the background of every page to be different, you can go block by block and change it. But a quick way to, of course, do one color across is to actually do it from the main design. So when we come to design, it's talking about the design of the whole page, and therefore it's talking about the entire storyboard, right? Video background is some kind of a brown, and I'm going to make it blue. I'm trying to pick different colors. Yes, change color so that you all can see that change happen. While I'm sharing screen, probably things are getting smaller on your screens. So you'll see that change happen. Did you notice that the perfect school for all just changed from whatever color it was, some kind of purple, into a red right now? And now you'll also see the background, video background color changing, right? Do pardon me that things are taking a little while to act upon on the share screen right now. It has got a lot to do with the Bombay rains. And yes, you see the background color changing. Text size for the entire storyboard, I can change that. So earlier when we were on the text size, we were able to change the text size of a particular block. But here it's going to control the entire, storyboard's text. Be on your screens, just watch out for the differences. Here is where we can also change fonts directly from here for the entire video. See, you see there are 3 standard fonts available for the free version, and a lot more. If you catch yourself using Animoto very, very often, then it's always a good idea to go for the professional format for buying the professional and trying out a few more things. But there's enough one can do to create simple videos with just the tools that are available in the free version. So we've created close to about 26 videos with Animoto, and they're all see, did you see the color, the size has changed? This is Our School was the title, and the size changed completely to being much bigger, right? Perfect. So I can change that to make that small as well, but that was just to give you an idea. And I can change similarly the font from right here. So media, yes, I'd like to change the font. Okay. The media primarily has your uploads, your stock options in terms of your stock images that you'd like to upload or use. And the design has the font, the color of the entire storyboard, or of course, please work either on the entire storyboard, or we can pick a block and make changes directly to that. I'm going to move to style right after, which is very important as well. Thank you for your patience. There, the font is finally changed. And here it is. Okay, so I moved to style, which is the next tool in this. And I'm going to, there's simply 2 style options, whether you want to do it. Yeah, I hope you're all with me. So let's see what style options there are. So it says, hi, I'm Glamour, but that's just the way the text is written. Now I'm going to change this and see the various style options that exist. So I'm going to click on something like this, and let's see how it changes it. So this is the style of text that I've chosen. Do you see the difference it's made? Blue, it's blue because in design, we had checked on we clicked the accent color can now be changed from here to let's say a pink or anything else we'd like. Do you see the difference here, right? So I went to style, and in style there are loads of options here, right? Here. So either I can do something wherein my text comes in like this, Let's see how that adds up. And now if I do a preview, see how it comes up. Now you were, Sunil, you were asking what is 2S, right? Here. Do I want to, do I click on 2S? I can make this 5 seconds. I can click on S to 3S here and just a moment and reduce the time to 2 seconds, right? This is how much time I want on each slide. Okay, and we're going to do a preview now. Yeah, so I've selected this and now let's see how this works out. Now I'm going to do a preview. Again, thanks for being patient. We'd like you to see how this looks. And I'm going to remove it so you can hear the audio as well. We've increased the fonts a lot, therefore the text is, all of the text is not visible. That's why that's happened. So I'm going to reduce the title size to being in a way that we can actually read most of it, but that's fine. So that's what was oh, sorry, my video is not there. Yeah, so that was just to give you a preview. Now it's standard, mostly put as 2 seconds. That's why the second half of the video went off very, very quickly, right? I've reduced the font size of the title so actually we can read most of it. Otherwise here the word emphasizing was getting cut as you noticed. So even when we put our cursor on it, it'll show us how it's going to act up, how the video is going to look, right? Now, ratio. Now ratio has exactly 2 options, landscape or square, and I can apply that at any point. Now landscape is great for presentations and square is actually very, very good for social media graphics because it works very well that way. So it's going to automatically, and somebody asked about pictures. So whatever pictures you feed in are automatically going to get adjusted this way, right? Filters. In the world that we are, nothing works without filters. And I'm going to change it straight to black and white and apply and show you how that looks because that'll be a big change. And we can see. So we can create a black and white. And of course, there are various other filter options that are here. Okay. And coming to the last tool, here before we create something from scratch, we've clicked on BOM and that's how it's looking now. Music, so that's totally up to you. Music we can change, so there are a lot of options in the free version itself. Here we are, and we can have over 2,000 commercially licensed. One is with the professional plan. So I'm going to select a different kind of music. I'm going to play and see if I like it. And then I'm going to introduce it. So I'll say select. Yes, I'm sure I'd like to change the song. If you notice, Animoto always double checks with you. You know, like it seems like you're in a Kaun Banega Crorepati show when he's asking you, lock kara jaye ki nahi kara jaye? You know, it's like that. So it's asking you again, are you sure you want to change the color? We're like, yeah, we're sure. So think twice. Okay, so we've changed the music. And now if I do a preview, that's exactly the song that's going to play along with our video. So we primarily talked about media in which we can bring in our own photos, take some stock options, stock image options. I'd like to correct myself. In design, we saw how we can do you see the song has changed, right? In design, we talk about a lot of things. We talk about how we can change the font, the colors, the background colors, the size of the text, and so on. In style, we talked about, how the pink, let's start it again. I'm going to rewind it a little bit. This is style, how the pink is flashing. Yeah, how this pink text is flashing, that's the kind of style. In ratio, we talked about 2, one was square and one was landscape, and these were the 2 options. And then enough filters, right? And of course, music. So music becomes an important part of whether creating a birthday video for somebody or we're creating a presentation. It always adds to it. So primarily because we were doing a presentation, I'll keep this sizing, and I'm going to start a video from scratch and show you how we create a video. And I'm going to go back here. Let's save this video for now anyway. I picked a template because it would be easier to show you some of the options there are that exist in Animoto. And I'm going to go back and let's create something from scratch. Okay, so I'm going to go to, I'm back at the home page of Animoto, and I'm going to create something now. Okay, templates, no. Let's start from scratch. Oh, it talks almost my language. I'm starting from scratch. I don't want to choose a template. Okay, for starting from scratch also, I'll probably pick something which is going to, let me take horizon and landscape or portrait. Okay, we'll choose presentation. So I'm going to take a landscape picture, drag and drop block. So here we are on a blank slate where we can create anything we'd like. So I'm going to add a block, right? What do I want to put in this block? A photo, a video, a collage, text, a quote, or logo. I'm going to start with the quote. So I'm going to enter the quote. Are you all really actually stressed or relaxed? Now you can enter the person's name or so on, enter source. Okay, so right, well, I can't say that's exactly a quote, but that's a statement I want to make. I'm going to add another block, and I'm going to take a video. Oh, actually I changed my mind. So let me delete this. I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to take a photo. Now in this photo, I'm going to look for a tired person. Let's see if we find a tired person here. If we don't, remember, we can always upload a tired person from a Google Images, as in we can go to Google Images or any other Getty Images or whatever works for you. Here we are, we've got a woman who's tired. I'm going to add another block and another photo of a man who's tired. Okay, and I'm going to talk about how we can improve and relax ourselves. So I'm going to add a block of text. It's time to unwind and relax. Okay, simple. Now, why is the text coming in the style that it is, underlined in the way it is? That's because that's the one I chose in the beginning. I can always go back and change it. Okay, I'm going to try and get a video now of a spa. Let's get something which is a little more relaxing. Okay, now I do want to tell you that as a subject, whether you're teaching maths, English, or whatever else, and you're trying to tell a story of, do you think this is exactly what happened in World War, and you show an image, and then you said, I think you all are wrong, and then you show a video what actually happened, and so on. So how you improvise on your subject is really, completely up to you all as educators of different subjects. What we're trying to teach you is the tool that will enable you to be able to use this online effectively. Okay, so let us try to get a video of somebody who's really relaxing, and I'm going to add another block and a photo of someone with cucumber in their eyes. Now again, a lot of photos might, oh, I did find something like that. That looks very relaxing, and I'm going to select it here. Okay, so, okay, this photo doesn't seem to do very well here. Okay, it's probably fine. Okay, so here I am. Let's see what else can I add. Okay, we'd like to go back here and see photo, video, we've understood. Collage, if you want to do a collage, it gives you 6-7 options. So let's say we want to do a collage of 4 people. Here, I'm going to double click on it so I can slowly add a few pictures to it. So let's just do with sleep, and let's put somebody who's sleeping. Right. So actually, if we were to put it, in simple words, we could probably actually be making a quick video in less than 5 minutes of a topic that we've just decided to. Okay. So we've got pictures of different people sleeping, and we close that. So we did try to see how we can add a block of a collage. Text we've understood, quote we've understood, logo and photo burst. So we're going to click on logo, and I think we did have a logo earlier. Okay, so I'm going to upload something. so that we do that as well. And I had a brand of chocolates, Lissy chocolates. Of course, that's a part of relaxation and feeling good. So I'm going to take that and throw that right here. Okay, so let's see what it really looks like. Now we've thrown in a video, we've thrown in everything, and there's some automatic music that Animoto selects if you haven't already done that. Let's see what this looks like. She's looking very tired, and so is he. It's time to unwind and relax. So this was a video that we picked up, and the rest were just photos, right? Okay, okay. So if we say click on produce, now we can write the name as relaxation video. Date is today's, which is 4th of July. Producer is named Ruchi Chopra. Description of video for a spa, for example. Okay, and let's say finish. And are you okay with that cover image? You can be, or you can change that as well. There you are. And it is going to finish my relaxation video, and I'm ready to see it anytime I'd like. Okay. So we need to upgrade to remove the Animoto watermark, right? Okay. I'm also going to take you through the pricing now, just to give you an idea that if you want to take the professional plan, which is the most popular, they say it's for $33 a month, which also I feel, again, once you realize that you are taking something, you know, you are using it for enough videos, only then you should plan to buying it, right? So that's what I would recommend. I'm going to go back to Animoto. So what we primarily learned today, so I'm going to sign in. What we primarily learned today with Animoto was that we could create simple videos. We could, you know, be it about talking about a topic like, you know, you should be relaxed right now, everyone's stressed out because of COVID and so on. Or you could, of course, make a simple videos within less than 5 minutes. I'd like to show you 1 or 2 videos that I've made using Animoto. Just a moment. It'll give you another idea or perspective about how we can create very interesting videos here. Okay, so let's talk. See, this is a video which is made in Animoto. They've put in the video of a baby, and there's a message. They're talking about the little baby on their birthday. Right? It's a very simple video. All you did was drag, drop some videos and photos, and you've created fun moments. And this is something that can be shared with the entire family, right? Let's see something in terms of work or business. It was created in Animoto within less than 5 minutes. So the title became small, the subtitle became big in the first slide, in the first block. Very short video, very simple video, but it does the work of telling us what it's really all about. So what videos essentially do is exactly just that. I'm going to stop share right now. Yeah. So what videos essentially do is just that. So with Animoto, you can create simple videos and make it an interesting journey in terms of learning for your students. And it's going to be wonderful. And, you know, the more you use it, the more you recognize if you feel the need to move to either professional software in terms of Animoto's professional, you know, upgrade or not. But there's a lot that you can do with it and a lot you can explore to impart education in simpler ways. You know, each subject can be taught in a very simple way by expressing a video. So thank you so much for being with us on this journey for Animoto here today. And I hope you've learned a lot.